OK, a lot of loose ends. A vet in Africa is Roland Minor's account of his experiences of treating animals of all shapes and sizes and his many encounters with farmers, pet owners and politicians in Africa. Some of the tales he has to tell are hilarious, others are hair-raising and a few are downright horrific, to be fair. Roland joins us now on the phone. Good morning, Roland.
Good morning to you.
So how did you undertake this venture, sir? Tell us how you ended up in Africa.
Well, I was born in Argentina, and though I was educated in England, I always had in mind to go back to a warmer place. And if we're in England now, you'd know that it feels a bit like it should be in November.
Indeed. We were just hearing that the Met Office are having an emergency meeting today to decide whether that's it forever now in the UK. That's summer over.
Well, I had a great email the other day from a colleague in Somerset who said we don't do summers anymore here in England.
Oh, dear. Perhaps I'll have to rename it to Winterset. What do you think?
All right. I think that might be a good idea.
Now, tell you mentioned that's where you were born in Argentina.
Yes.
You have a bizarre law in Argentina that you are considered to be older than your twin brother who was born first.
That is correct. That's part of the Napoleonic Code of Law.
How weird.
It's not weird. I should have been first anyway.
So here we are then. Let's get you in Africa. Were you working as a vet in the UK or what was happening?
I did briefly, originally before I went out to Africa, down in Sussex.
Yep.
And then I came back during the foot and mouth disease outbreak in 2001.
Oh, okay. And you then headed off for Africa. What was it that made you one day say, Sussex? Nah. Africa? Yeah, okay.
Well, actually, it was one of my teachers who suggested I go there.
Okay.
And when I got there, it was very exciting, enjoyable. Of course, there are moments which are not so good.
Yeah.
But on the whole, sum total, I'd say very positive. I liked the people. And it's got a very, sometimes I say an equitable climate, but seldom unpleasant. I'm
guessing that you were dealing with slightly different animals than you were in Sussex, then.
Well, actually, that's not true. I was mainly dealing with cattle. That's always been my interest. Look, I would say I was born in Argentina, and my first interest was in cattle.
Fair enough. Some of the best beef in the world.
Yeah, you're right.
But not the best, because I'm from Scotland, so I can't have it saying it's better than Angus.
I'm going up there next.
Oh, are you? So Africa to Scotland. You might find it slightly easier.
I hope the weather's better than it is down here in London.
Can't guarantee that. So tell us about being a vet in Africa. Were there any animals there that you met who kind of regarded you as dinner rather than there to help them?
Yes, but not as patients. I mean, there was one night when it started to rain, and I'd made a little, campfire to sit around, but withdrew to my tent because of the rain, and my servant brought my food in, and he was absolutely dumbstruck. He couldn't say anything. He just pointed outside. There were 6 lions sitting around the campfire.
Oh.
Yeah, well, that was one of my experiences. But on the whole, people talk about lions. They talk about snakes. Yes, I've seen them. But if you behave properly, I don't think they are a risk to you.
Yes. Oh, well, I'll take your word for that. Next time I'm faced with a snake or a lion, I'll give you a call, Roland, and just
let me put it this way. On the whole, snakes move away from you. Unless you trap them in a corner, then they have to attack you.
Yes. That's fair enough.
I think, for example, almost the most common animal I saw injured by snakes were dogs. And, of course, they won't leave them alone.
Yeah.
I think humans are more sensible. Move the other way.
No, fair enough.
Yeah.
I have to ask you, because it's in the book, it's a fascinating thing. How did a small alcoholic monkey become best friends with a black Labrador dog?
Well,
alcoholic monkee?
Other people fed the alcohol to him. I tried to stop it, but he did like it. It was given to me, this monkey, to be put down, and it was such an attractive little animal. I asked whether I could keep it, and the owner said, the people who were looking after it said, it's all right. I didn't like to tie it up. It's too intelligent, so I just let it be, and it stayed around. and sort of bonded to my dog, so they would always sleep together.
Oh. Well, it sounds like you had a fascinating time there. How long did you end up staying for then, Roland?
Well, I'm still there. I'm just on a visit to England at the moment. I've just celebrated with a lot of friends 50 years since I qualified.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And so when are you heading back?
Fortnight's time, and I can't wait. It's much warmer over there than here.
Well, listen, it's a great book. There's some good, really funny stuff and some quite serious stuff in there. But, Roland, it's called A Vet in Africa. We wish you well when you go back, and thank you so much for joining us and talking about it.
Well, thank you for ringing me and asking me about it.
No problem at all, Roland.
Okay.
You look after those alcoholic monkeys, won't you?
I'll do that.